There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the Thursday slash Wednesday slash TNA slash NXT slash Mike.
The Midweek!
Yeah, like I said, that noise you heard was the one and only Mad Mike. Mad Mike, say hi to people.
Hi to the people.
And,
You'll have to excuse me. I'm a little emotional tonight, Rizz.
uh-oh.
I'm a
Why?
little emotional. I'm
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
I'm just gonna get this out of the way before we do our wrap up. Derek Jeter. Okay, that's enough. That's enough
Hey,
actual
hey,
sports.
hey, you
But
guys in the playoffs? Oh,
no.
wait. That's
Hey,
us.
Riz,
Yes?
Riz. I'm going to root for the Bucks. Okay, don't piss me the
Okay.
fuck off. Yeah,
Sounds much better.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm good.
back.
I have a Buccos hat.
Okay, good. Now back to the real sports of things.
Back to fake sports.
No, back to the real sport. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start by going over which one you want to go over first.
Oh God. I guess TNA.
Oh,
All right. So you didn't watch TNA this week,
well,
did
I
you,
do
Riz?
have a word though.
Okay. What is your word?
Pointless.
Yeah.
It's pointless for me to watch because I already know that Bound for Glory is fucked.
Whoa. Oh, we're not even gonna talk about that.
No, we're not. But
That's
I'm
just
not.
gonna make me angry.
Yeah, but there's no point in me to watch it, so that's why I didn't watch it. I also went to see a play with my, you know, with a lot of people. But man, Mike, what is your one word for TNA?
My one word for TNA is hmm, filler. Filler. That's literally all it was, and to the point where uh, this Impact was comprised of matches that took place over the course of the three New York City tapings. Like, it was just the random matches they threw in at the end of the night.
I can see that. So as you stated, I didn't watch TNA, so of course I'm not going to be involved in any of this.
You
Um,
were watching something much better.
Much better. Man, Mike, find the needle in the haystack. What is your one good thing about this week's TNA?
Oh, it's pretty easy to find the one good thing. The Bromans. The Bromans. Robbie E. and Jesse. Actually, the segments and the video packages were actually pretty good for the most part,
Hmm.
which they pretty much had to be because they had a segment or video package every single segment because they didn't film enough matches to fill 2 hours.
Okay, I understand that.
But the Broman segment was great because it was the quickest TNA has ever fixed something that I was bitching about. Because I was complaining that, Robbie E is going to be on The Amazing Race of Brooke, but on TV he's with Velvet Sky, and entered Jesse saying that he's been on reality TV before, so he knows there are cameras everywhere. And then he and Zima literally pointed at a camera that was filming them, and Robbie E freaked out. So it was actually amazing.
That doesn't sound good. So now that we found the needle, just pick out one hay from the haystack and pick
Um,
out one bad thing from
One
TNA.
bad thing, Magnus versus Mr. Anderson.
Magnus for Anderson?
Yeah, that was a match that happened. That was a match that happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's your comeback Superstar of the Year in 2013.
Mm-mm.
Most improved superstar in
Poor,
2013.
poor Magnus. Poor Magnus. I feel so bad for Magnus because I like Magnus, but
Yeah,
Jesus. But the one thing I would change
yeah.
is actually 5 things I would change.
Oh,
I would have had. Oh no, four. Four. Excuse me, four. Everyone besides Tajiri. I would have had all of the other people win their matches. I would have had Nux. I would have had Sam Shaw. I would have had Magnus. I, I would have had every single other person in their match go on for the 5-way match because it would have been something different.
yeah,
It would have been something different. And
yeah. I
I don't
see
give a
that.
fuck. I don't give a fuck about Austin Aries getting a
I
title shot.
wait. The Austin Aries win a title shot.
He won a title shot for whatever title he wants. Which, gee, I wonder which title he's going to pick. I hope he goes for the Knockouts title and wants to take down Havoc.
Yeah, that would be good.
Because Havoc is going against Gail Kim next week, and I wonder who's going to win that.
Because if you listen to the commentary, they don't know if she's a man or woman.
I think they figured it out now, though.
Oh, they're very smart people over there in TNA, aren't they?
No, they're not.
No, they're not. But by the looks of it, no, they're not. So, happier news.
Yes,
NXT.
slightly.
Slightly happier.
Yeah.
Um,
What's your one word for NXT this week?
my one word. Fact.
My one word is going to be I think it's hyphenated. If not, I'm just gonna say it really quickly. How you doing?
No, that's all one word.
Yeah, that's all one word. I mean, when you've lived in the Bronx for 10 years, it's all one word.
Yeah, there's no hyphen in there. It's all one word. It's
Yeah,
how you doing.
it's how you doing? How you doing?
Mm.
Okay.
All right. So, what is your one good thing, Mad Mike? I'll start with you.
My one good thing, Enzo and Big Cass. Enzo,
Yeah.
everything about them. I know I probably took yours, but Enzo and Big Cass. Everything about them.
Actually, you almost did. Ooh, you almost did.
Okay.
I just watched Naomi kick the shit out of Alicia Fox. But my one good thing is also a tag team.
Okay.
It's the Lucha Dragons.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Lucha.
Like
that entrance looked sick this week.
it did because it looked like a supernova was happening behind them.
That's a different guy.
Yeah, but still, the fact
I hear he has an incredible weight loss system though.
Mm-hmm. Sign up now and you get a segue. But it just seems like they both click at the exact same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to spoil it, but Hunico makes a better Sin Cara than the original Sin Cara made.
Oh, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Like as well as they're both doing on NXT, I never want Sin Cara and Tyson Kidd back on the main roster again.
Action, yeah. Well, I disagree with you on Sin Cara. I think if they team him up with Kalisto and put him up on that main roster, put him up against the tag team division.
That's the only way I'll accept that.
Yeah.
But they're doing so much better in NXT than they ever could on the main roster.
Oh yeah.
It's like Terry Funk and Mick Foley being in ECW.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were so well used. They're so well used there. Like Tyson Kidd, I never thought in 2014 I would be saying Tyson Kidd is one of my favorite characters in
Oh
wrestling.
yeah.
I would never have thought that, but
And
Jesus
now,
Christ,
and
he found something, he tapped into it, and I hate to say it, I think I know why this happened, Riz, and I don't think you're gonna like the answer.
does that have to do with either Bull Dempsey or Mojo Rawley?
No, no. I think it's because of Total Divas.
Yeah,
I honestly think
it
that's it.
is.
I honestly think that's it. Like, I think just him having to be on, like when cameras are following Natty, and him having to be kind of on and in a certain mind frame for all that time while they film. Because I was listening to the Divas on Talk is Jericho, and they filmed those girls a lot,
Mm.
like a whole lot, like to the point where I kind of feel bad for them, but I kind of don't because they're making a lot of money. Um, but I think that's where Tyson kind of developed this because I wouldn't be surprised if he saw how he came off in season one and then was like, oh wait a minute, I kind of come off like a jerk on TV, like without even really trying. And Natty kind of comes off like a crazy jealous person who I just have to deal with. I need to use this. Like,
Mm.
I think this is the way that my career is going to go, and I can do that in NXT because I'm the veteran.
That is also correct.
Well,
He's
you could
wily
you could
veteran.
say it's a fact.
It is a fact. Uh, Before we get on a fact raid tangent here about how awesome Tyson Kidd is, man, Mike. Oh well, no, you know what? I'll go. Wait, I'll go first on this one. My one bad thing. I'm still not solid on Bliss, Alexa Bliss.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. She's not the best. I like
Eh,
her. I like her. I think she has a really good upside.
but she's
But
green as hell.
oh yeah, yeah. Like I mean,
Um.
she's not Cameron level,
Oh no, at least she
but
knows how to
but
pin
she's
somebody.
as green as an uncommon card in Supercards.
Oh, nice one.
Thank you.
Uh, Matt, Mike, I think I know which way you're about to go. What's your one bad thing about NXT?
My one bad thing, William Regal.
Oh,
I hate to say this. I hate to say this. He's not doing anything. He's literally just there as a placeholder. If they were just going to have a GM there to do nothing, they should have had it be Albert, and then we could have had William Regal back on commentary.
yeah, and that actually would bring me to my one thing I would change. But you go first on that one since we're going back and forth here. What is your one thing you would
Um,
change? Because I'm totally in agreement with you on that one. I'm sorry to say.
the one thing I would change is, oh, that's tough because NXT was pretty solid this week. I would change Alexa Bliss and give her back her blowing glitter gimmick that now Stardust has stolen.
Like I
I
would see that
I
as
would
a
I would give that back. I would give that back to
yeah.
her because that separated her from the pack. It made her a little bit more interesting, and it gave her a catchphrase which was fantastic. Feel the sting of my bling. I'm sorry, that's a great catchphrase. I don't care how else you spin it.
But that could be like a really cool heel thing to do, and just blow it in somebody's face and blind them
Yes.
and roll them up.
Hmm.
That's all you need. A
Like
character.
glitter mist. We need
Yeah.
glitter mist.
Uh, so my one thing I would change, and it goes back to your point about William Regal. My one thing I would change would be that announce team. I mean, first of all, Renee Young, you stay. You stay.
She's getting
Uh,
better. She's getting better.
she's awesome.
No,
At her.
no, no. Announcing Renee is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Commentating Renee needs some work.
Well, yeah.
I commentating Renee needs a little bit of work.
The only one I don't like on that commentary team is whoever they have, either Albert or Alex Riley. Those two need to go and put William Regal back on commentary. I don't like Albert, and Alex Riley is just there for filler. That's it. That's it. Am I wrong?
Nope. Nope, not at all.
I miss that British accent on my screen. I
Yeah.
miss hearing his subtle voice. Subtle
And
voice
plus,
in my ear.
Regal actually knows how to sell. Like, sell a story, sell a character.
I can hear that extra U in color or honor or something like that. I can hear that in Regal's voice, but I can't do it anymore because he's not on commentary and he was only there for one or no segments.
Yeah, he was there for one segment that was quick in the back, and Natty begging for another title shot for Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh,
she could have begged Albert to do the same thing.
oh, Albert would have gave her. I wasn't going to finish that segment,
right,
but
stop that right now.
I'm going to stop that right now and end the show here because this is the first time we were actually under the allotted time.
It doesn't hurt that TNA almost literally gave us nothing to talk about.
Yeah. And we don't want to talk about TNA right now, the status of TNA right now. If you want to hear what we think about TNA and the aftermath that is what we just found out like a few hours ago.
We may have to do an entire separate podcast for that.
Oh, we're gonna.
Because I know LB is not going to want to talk about that.
No. Join us for the Wrestling Mayhem show proper. Maybe somewhere down the line, Sorg will have a link to our after show thing on there.
Wrestling game show. Wrestling game show, I believe.
And we also have the wrestling game show, which is coming up later on with both the champions, Matt Carlins and myself, going one-on-one.
Technically, you guys are the tag team champions.
I am the tag team champions. That's correct. But also Matt Carlins is there as well. But also we have a lot of cool stuff going on. The Patreon account, go to the Patreon button on the Wrestling Mayhem Show page. Don't mind the little construction going on. It'll be all good as new in a little bit. $1 gets you on WMS Gold. We get to say your name any way you want us to say your name, like our friend Bo Diggity.
Woo!
And the WrestlingRevolution.com. There's no we don't do sound effects for that one. But Mad Mike, you do movies.
I do movies. On every Tuesday, around 5:30 or so, Sorgatron, myself, and the Rambling Malengo, we talk about movies, TV shows, and other things that are most likely geared to your interest on the Rambling Movie Minute.
And if you don't like movies or video, or almost said something different there.
Hold on, Riz. I know you're wrapping up. I called this before the game. Derek Jeter drove in the game-winning run on his last game.
Of course he did.
Of course he did. But sorry, that's breaking news. I had to do it.
Going back to the real sport. if you wanted to check out, if you don't like, if you don't like movies or TV shows, and who doesn't love movies or TV shows, uh, I talk about I, Chachi, Bobby, or Sorg, whoever's on. Even Lunchbox talks about video games. Who knows? For InsertCoinToBegin.com presents Boss Battle, which is on after around about 8 o'clock, 8:30ish. Uh, really cool. Also, check out Eamon's awesome interview with Bryce Remsburg, Shikara's own Bryce Remsburg, for an awesome one-on-one talk with that. So we got to wrap up here. For myself, for Mad Mike, and for everybody else who's not here. Thank you guys for joining us for the midweek war. We'll see you next week.